Hi, welcome to Art Draw. Today we're going to draw Moon Knight from Marvel Rivals. Let's get in there right at the top. Just going to draw like the upper body and torso. He's kind of like holding his weapon in his hand there. So like that Moon Knight logo. So let's go in at the top. Just going to pop a dot about, let's say here. Yeah, just off center there. And that can be the top of his hood. And I'm going to just curve around here to about maybe this point. So let's grab the pen. Just go right up this way and then sort of zoom down to about that point. I'm going to do the outer part of his hood. So this little bit we just marked here, you just sort of curve in there. So we've got that nice sort of like Moon Knight crescent going on. Down to this point here, I'm just going to come downwards, sort of just a little bit of a sort of curve out, but it goes fairly straight down here and then just kick it out at the end there. And actually while we're there, we can just sort of come in a little bit, sort of just wobble the pen a little bit in that way, the hood. This part here sort of pops out a little bit more. So probably from about this point here, just curve it outwards, slowly going there and then kick it out at the end about here. And all we've got to do here is just sort of, I guess, bring it in just a bit like that. Okay, we've got that main outer part now. What I might do is just continue there. Just sort of curve around here where the hood sort of comes right down here, sort of almost becomes part of the cape there. And then it probably just sort of tapers in sort of this way to about that point there. Now we've got that outer part, let's go to about, let's say, sort of go down the sort of middle of your picture to about here. Maybe just dot out there, and that's going to be that where the hood comes down. We're going to then sort of kick it out either side like a big old V going on. So I'm going to go on this left hand side first of all, just sort of kick it up, curve around and a nice kick up at the end, sort of V up. And on this side we're going to come out sort of to this point, make sure there's like a little sort of line on this side. So we're just going to go sort of bring it upwards, kick it up at the end there. Now on this side we just go a little bit sort of down on that side, so just make sure there's a little bit of a edge to it. And then we're just going to come inward sort of here, just curve in, just sort of marking those areas so we can pop the face in a minute. On this side here, where we've gone up to the very top here, we can just curve downwards, nice line, sort of a little bit of a diagonal about there. And then I think, let's have a look. I'm going to come down to about this point here, not quite to where we draw that line, maybe about there. Just a nice little curl just about there. Then bring it in, nice steady curve downwards to about there. There's chest plates in here, so it kind of overlaps that point. So just that's why I'm going to leave that little gap. Okay, let's look at that face. So let's get those eyes in. So they're sort of like almost like triangular sort of eyes for Moon Knight. So I'm going to go in about here and just sort of curve it up to the edge like that. Bring your pen sort of downwards and then join that up. And then on this side, it's already sort of covered by this point here. So we just need to sort of kick it out around there and then upwards like that, okay? Now for the face, I guess the chin's gonna come out about maybe sort of this point here. So I'm just gonna sort of mark that there with a little chin. And then I'm gonna do a nice sort of taper up, curve up there where his chin will be, to his sort of lower jaw to about there. Then on here I'm going to go up to the cheekbone, so it's probably about that point, and we're going to go nicely up here like that, sort of cheekbones around there. Then I'm just going to do a little marker there between the eye and the face there, okay? Little hint of a neck just going down, so we're just going to have a little bit of a neck sort of coming down here, maybe sort of comes out. Let's put it to a point there, okay? Now I've got that, I'm going to just continue the outer part, I think, of my picture. So let's just continue with the cape and the shoulders. So I think the shoulder pad probably comes out from this little kick corner here. Just sort of bring it out, nice diagonal line there. And then it comes down again, probably down to about here, sort of curves around. So I'm just going to do a nice sort of curve, bring it around at the corner, straight down to about that point. Comes out quite a way, that. Right, now I've got that in there. Just going to bring my pen downwards, sort of this way to about here, sort of like where the like part of the arm is. I think there's a little piece that comes out here as well, like almost like a tricep. So just going to curve that out there. And I guess the bicep probably, let's think, the shoulder probably comes down this way to about here, and then I think the bicep sort of comes up this way. So I'm just going to draw a nice curve up where the bicep is there. And actually sort of from here, I think this part, I'm just going to draw this piece in. So probably from about that point there, I'm going to draw a nice sort of straight line. We'll come back to this in a minute, but that goes right up to, I guess, here. So the lower part of the arm coming out. I suppose there's a line coming down here, and I guess a line coming down here, and then we can just join the two up there like that. Okay, now I've got that. I'm just going to continue this cape sort of downwards. Just as I've drawn this actually here, there's like a piece of the costume that comes out beyond the cape. So I suppose it comes out sort of from here, touches the top there, diagonal out here. So this is the furthest point we come, inwards and probably down to maybe about here. Just going to join that back up there. And now I can just draw those cape bits. So I've got cape bit sort of popping out around here. So I'm just going to come out from here, draw a nice sort of curve, maybe loop it out a little bit more down, give it a bit of energy. And then from probably about here, we've got the cape and it kind of curves down to that point we've just drawn. Again, we're kind of just going to make sure that there's a bit of a pipe element to it. That comes down to here. Then this sort of continues, it sort of comes down this way, down here like that. Maybe just sort of taper it off a few little dots. And then we're just going to draw down there and little dots, little lines, we'll taper it off there, okay? Cool. I've got those bits in there. I think maybe let's continue this arm, just get this arm sort of fleshed out a bit, yeah? So drawn up to here, I think along here where we've got this little dot here, we're going to come to just above the bicep here. So it's kind of going to get drawn around, I suppose, a bit further than that there. And then we can just cut it down, sort of down to there. There's a little circular element in between here. I think it's about this point. So I'm just going to draw maybe here. Just drawing a nice sort of circular element. And in that, just fill that in. And then it kind of curves in either side. So just like curves in and around there. Right, I've got that in. I'm going to bring it up maybe sort of from the middle of this point, about there. Just going to curve my pen up and around. So it sort of joins up this point here. Comes all the way around here. This point kind of comes in a bit and then it meets again, sort of curves out and in like that. At this point we're just here, drawn here on this sort of cracked area. Bring that in like that and around, sort of around here, down like that. We just add a little bit more detail, just sort of go straight across there. And this little point here is sort of hidden sort of within this area here, like that. I think that'll do for now. We're just sort of continuing to create the outlines. So let's continue sort of the forearm area. So we've drawn this bit here. Let's sort of come out a little bit further. There's like a little lip before the wrist. That will come in. And two lines sort of come down like that. Join them up. And a little sort of, one of these little sort of moonlight curves comes in like that. And join that up on the other side like that. And then we sort of come along this way. What we do is I guess we draw a line there, curve it around like that, back around, join it to about there, and then we're going to come up probably past that point there. And then maybe we just go straight to about this point here. So we just draw a nice line here, along there, maybe down a little bit, and then just mark it up. A couple of little lines of detail there. In this point, there's a little circular bit. So from that bit we've made, just come out all nicely around like that. Okay, that forearm's coming together. Let's get the hand in. So I suppose the upper part of the wrist is here. That will go sort of up this way like this. Lower part, I guess, will come out a bit, and then actually this part sort of just going to draw around, flesh it out a bit there, maybe up to about this point. Bring it up, and then we've got the knuckles. So I've got one in here, 1, 2, 3, and 4 at the top there. Just join those up. Then we've got like the upper part of the wrist. Let's pop some fingers in. So we've got, I guess, One comes along around here, like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and around. And then we're going to draw like that Moon Knight logo, sort of like his little weapon here that comes around. So that's going to be like a crescent that comes around, probably to about this point here. Let's do the outer part first. Nice and steady. Come out from that hand. Nice curve. Down. And then probably from nearly the end of this finger, just do the inner part. Bring it around. Just join it up as you curve around like that. Cool. This side, let's do maybe the inner part will be easier, maybe from probably about this point here. So just where that little finger is down there. Probably come up to about here. Just bring it around, curve it in. And then probably comes out maybe from about this point. We're just gonna, maybe a bit lower actually. Just sort of curve it around and join it up like that. So we've got that weapon in there. All right, cool. That was worth doing that bit. I think that's good. Continue with the outer here. So we could just do the little chest panel behind that. So really, from that point we've got there, we can just sort of come diagonally downwards there. It sort of goes behind that point and out to the point there. So it sort of comes around like the outer point there. And then we're just going to draw a slightly diagonal line down to the edge point of that. While we're there, let's do the outer part of that sort of chest plate. So just going to curve my pen ever so slightly around to about there. Join it down to about maybe this point here. So just nice little sort of curve down. Then we're going to come inwards, sort of this chest plate here. Just sort of come inwards like that. Okay, cool. Okay, got those bits in there. Let's have a look at the torso. So the torso, sort of this chest plate must come in a bit. I think the rest of the torso sort of comes in from here, below that sort of blade. So just nice little line comes down like that. And then we've got, I suppose right around here with this like his belt. So I'm going to pop a little circle in, probably around about here. Then around that I'm going to draw a slightly larger circle. This will like denote the sort of Moon Knight little crescent. And then around that I'm going to draw another circle. Go right around like that. I'm going to actually colour that bit in. Nice little bit of inking. Start doing that so it comes together then. And then around there, I'm going to draw a nice sort of curve around there. Leave a little gap where the belt goes around it, and maybe it continues about here. And kind of just sort of join it up. Right, now I've got that in. What I can do is work out the belt sort of continues around here. So just bring it out and bring it out there. Join it up. And there's a little sort of chip of sort of costume that comes out, so I'm just going to pop a nice little curve up there, join up there, and then that actually can sort of just join up to the torso. He's got a little belt pack sort of going on here, so I'm going to just draw like the top of it, like the overlap, right? Bring it around and down. There's a little strap in here, and then the lower part of it's about here, so it comes sort of down this way and around, joins back up. Cool, let's just do the rest of that belt. So the other part of the sort of the belt loop, like this bit on this side, comes here. So I'm just going to draw a nice sort of curve in there. And then we're going to just sort of curve, sort of taper it out, I suppose. Taper it out with a bit of curve. Then we've got another belt pack here. So what I can do from about that point, just sort of draw down there, bring it along, come upwards there. Then there's a little crescent sort of about here. Just going to sort of draw a little Moon Knight crescent there. Then what I can do is just draw a line along sort of behind it. This then sort of comes upwards, give it a curve to that point there. And this outer point, bring it up, sort of comes across and then join it all up there. Little sort of curve across, maybe a couple of little sort of lines to denote like the angle. And then I think there's another like additional little bit that's sort of on the belt around here. So just going to draw a little sort of curve in there. Right, I've got that. There's a like a little gap there we can just fill. And then we've got just a bit of sort of belt sort of stuff going on. So we've got this point here, sort of this bit coming out from the torso. This sort of happens on this side. And I guess it sort of comes out sort of this way and then around like that. Maybe just do another little line around that. And then there's like a middling bit around here. So I suppose there's like a line here, a line there, and then we're just gonna bring it down either side there, and then down either side there. There's a few little sort of marks that come out, so I'm just gonna sort of draw a little burst coming from there. Okay, just get a hint of the legs in with the torso, so it kind of continues sort of there. There's like a little sort of hint of his legs. I'm just gonna sort of draw in a few little sort of curves going on around here, so it just shows that his kind of legs, like lower body's there, kind of come out from like the belt pad here. Just a nice little curve there, and then a couple of little curves going on there. So I think that's all we need to do, maybe a couple of little dots just to denote that. And then we've just got the hand here, so it's coming out. Let's go back up to here. Just as this comes down here where the torso is, I'm going to bring out a piece here and draw down to about that point. Just lip it in a bit. We're going to curve around that point like that, and then just join it into the body. There's a piece on the outside here, so what we need to do there is just sort of draw a little lip, bring it up, and then just as we get to this point, just come upwards and around like that. Now I can draw the hand. It's like a clenched fist, so all I need to do is sort of draw, I guess the thumb's going to be around here, just coming around this point. Just track that off. Then it kind of comes down here where the fingers are, around, a couple of little bumps for the knuckles and in. Then we'll just draw a little kind of V there, and I guess the little sort of fingers are there. Just got this cape sort of swooshing around this way, so we're just going to pop a little hint coming out from about here. Just a nice little swoosh, a couple of dots. Again, we're going to sort of just pipe it, and then there's a couple of little just swoosh marks there. Right, that's the main outline of Moon Knight done. Let's just go in there, just draw a little bit more detail. So let's go back up to the top here. Just going to draw a few little swooshes going on. So just going to draw some nice little sort of swooshes going on at the top up here, just sort of coming off the back there. Maybe there's sort of around there, a couple of little sort of hatches in there. With the face, I guess, there's a little like line that comes down here. Then there's almost like a couple of little vents on either side of that. A couple of little lines, just bring them up, just join them in like that. Another one sort of here and here, just try to pop them in like that. A little bit of a marking going on up here, so it kind of comes down, maybe like a little arrow point. And then there's like a little sort of just bit of darkness. I was going to pop that there. Maybe a bit of cross hatching at the top there just to show it's dark. What I'm going to do here, I'm just going to fill in about here, just fill that in like that. And I'll just hatch there, so it just looks like it's very dark coming to the neck point. In here, what I'm going to actually do is just fill that all in. Nice dark colour. Just like ink it in, starts making a difference now. A little bit of a swoosh going on here, sort of around that point in here, around there, sort of wobbling it down a bit. Same there, just a few little sort of nice little marks make all the difference. And then just around here, let's just pop in some little bits of detail going on. Maybe it kind of lips around here like that. A couple of little cross-hatching bits, and I think actually here what I might do is just fill that in nice and dark like that. As we go across to this point, I'm just going to draw a line in there actually, fill that in nicely. It's good. This all comes out here. Another little line I guess about here, and this gap here, we'll just fill that in. It starts coming together now with doing the inking. Okay, around here, I think that could be nicely inked, just a little bit going on, maybe to about there. And then we can just add a few more little lines in, maybe there's a little sort of bit of detail going on there. Maybe a couple in here, and the cape down here. And then as we go to this longer bit here, maybe, I think there's a piece going on there, maybe just a little bit we can sort of chisel out, fill in. Maybe a couple of little lines there. Maybe there's another little bit over this wrist. Just fill that in. Then the actual blade itself kind of like comes around the top. Just gonna fill in there. Maybe just taper it out a little bit. And a few little lines up. Same thing here, I'm gonna draw sort of a nice little sort of chiseled line there. Maybe a few little lines in. Yeah, it's starting to make a difference. It's a little moonlight crescent going on in the center here. So I'm gonna draw a nice little curve there. Sort of comes out that way. The same thing here at the top, sort of comes out there, and comes out and around there. It's just a hint of that sort of logo. Then let's just pop in a few little lines in there, just sort of denote it, sort of the, yeah, just a few little sort of almost like sort of power lines going on. Just adds a bit of texture to our picture. Maybe as it goes in here, there's like a few little curves going on, maybe around here, just like curves around, gives a sense of rounding it out. Maybe just a couple of curves in there, and then the torso, I suppose there's like some more like little robotic bits, so I guess it kind of comes up here, goes off there, sort of similar sort of thing there and there. Maybe a couple of little bits in there, a couple of little hints, maybe a couple of curves going on as well. It's like loads going on in this costume. You can kind of colour that bit. I might colour that bit in dark and then just add a few of these lines going on. Yeah, that's nice. And then maybe just around this hand, just pop a couple of little curves. Maybe there's just a hint of these little lines going on there at the top. And then what I might just do is just sort of just edge my character just around the outside there. Those sort of important bits like this arm, maybe that can be sort of filled in a bit more. So it's just got a nice kind of difference between different elements on my picture. Got a nice sort of outline going on. Kind of go up to the top here and just sort of fill it in a bit. Yeah, start to just bring a bit of energy to my picture. These fingers need to be popped in around here as well. That's quite nice. Just add a lay to the outside. And sort of this outer part sort of continues on the torso, just gives a nice hint, sort of differentiates different parts around here. And maybe there's a bit more of these sort of cross-hatching little bits going on here. There we go. And then what you can do is just have a little look at sort of colouring him up, see how you get on. But I think that's gone pretty well. So that is Moon Knight from Marvel Rivals at the moment. Let me know how you get on. Let me know who else I can draw, and we'll see you soon. Thanks a lot, and bye for now.